What's up, guys? It's Mrjamvad, and today we are back on the Pokemon Showdown server. And guys, how y'all feeling about this metagame, man? I was sitting here, I grabbed a few games before this, right? And originally I was gonna use this Zaru team right here, right? Where is it? The Zaru team updated. Problem is, I faced a Tangrowth, a Toxapex, and I couldn't beat them. No angle, no nothing, not even with hacks. That wasn't cool, so I decided to use this team. And it's nothing but Clef and Corviknight stall on the ladder, and I'm like, this is eerily similar to pre-DLC. What the fuck happened, and how do we get back here? And so I was sitting there pondering on that. I'm like, even look at my team. I'm like, man, I really want to use something interesting. Actually, I think I might use that Flareon Jirachi team. That was a blast to use. I'm going to go back after this game. I'm going to go use that team. Because, I want you guys to enjoy these lives. But at the same time, like, I generally don't use shit like this because it's boring as fuck. Beyond that point. 1 or 2 games, sure. But holy shit. So after 4 years, what's going on? I guess maybe he's a long time sub. Let me put a game plan together. Have fun, my man. The inner controls the outer. I just had to talk on it. I just had to speak on it. You know what I'm saying? I had to speak on it. You know what I'm saying? I had to speak on it. And so phase 1, you know what I'm saying? Let's the correct decision should be to pivot into Mantine here, but I'm not sure of my opponent's skill range. What I'm looking at here is to hammer away, because he can't guard well against Urshifu and he can't guard well against Kyurem. And so, right, Mantine should have been the switch. And so because of this, my opponent has to fear Toxic on his Mantine. I'm sure he's been toxic several times, so I'd assume he'd try to scald me first. But he double switches, which is interesting. I think maybe he expected Urshifu. And so now this begs the question, well, what is this Kyurem on the, no, not Kyurem. What is Saturn doesn't have an item. What is this? Specs? This might be Specs. Remember that classic Specs team I had before so he's just Mystical Fires. Which I've Ice Beam there too. He might be Assault Vest actually. I recall he might have Nuzzle here. He might be Assault Vest. That's why he so confidently double switched. And he's trying to catch my Kyurem, but I'd assume he'd know. Nuzzle makes sense for him not to go for, because you're assuming that I'm gonna go to my Excadrill, so it's a mid-ground cover. Look at me gathering information. Man, I love this game, man. It's just that I'm shocked. Like, I'm genuinely like, what happened? Like, how did we get here? And so, the combination of Toxapex. I'm spit that right. Toxapex plus Clefable should suffice in dealing with this Zeraora. A Volt Switch variant would be problematic. A special variant would be problematic. And so let's stop and assess. Okay, what are we gonna win with? Volcarona. Actually, I'm 6-0 by Volcarona. I can't afford for him to get rocks up, or Urshifu to get Bone, because I need the Sucker Punch that if push comes to shove. As weird as this seems, I'm thinking about going Pex. Just because Pex is way better positioned versus anything else he can go into. So I'm going to go from Corviknight to Toxapex here. It's too big of a problem if he Volt switches and I go to Clefable, because then he gets the damage. So he has Plasma Fist. He's Choice Banded. Pex gets to get whittled significantly, but I'd assume he'd anticipate my Excadrill here and go to something along the lines of Hippowdon, right? Just based on the nature of how he plays, that would make the most sense to me. And since Hatterene seems to be Assault Vest, I'm going to assume that, again, The Hatterene is gonna rear its ugly head here. Sand plus freeze dry, I don't think is gonna be enough. Cause Assault Vest, yeah, Ice Beam is barely enough. So we're staring down Volk. Hatterene's gone, which means now I can Draco and Oko everything on his team freely. Thankfully, we have our Sash still intact. Obviously, we're gonna be fearing a potential close combat here. He's definitely bandaged, so Volt Switch just makes sense to me. I can't afford for Clef to get hit here. I'm actually gonna have to sack Pex here. If he Plasma Fist is the only thing that can KO me. Well, if he knocks off, that's a good mid ground. If he Volt switches, that's an even better mid ground knockoff. Excellent. Unfortunately, I died to Sand. But this does mean that I can go to Urshifu and pick up a 2-hit KO on anything. I was just debating whether or not I want to cure him to get knocked here. I actually don't mind that too much if that means getting rid of this damn Zera Aura. There's no point in me Draco Meteoring here. Well, there is if he goes cure him. Oh, that's fucking lame. Golly. That's really lame, man. That's really fucking lame because he gets to get away with that. He probably couldn't take 2 Dracos. God, man, that got me no value out of the turn. Okay. And I don't have U-turn. That really hurt. If he's a Fizdef Hippodon, I can't have that coming in. But Kieran pivoting here is just ideal anyway. Oh, the Mantine can take 2. Wow, I'm very impressed by that. I can see your Shifu trying to come out here. But you'd be fearing U-turn. Okay, so let's freeze dry here. Since he's confident with the Mantine coming in. Freeze dry might not kill Hippo from full. No, so he Mantine. I conditioned him into going to the Mantine. Perhaps he just didn't expect freeze dry, which is fair. I'm curious as to what kind of Volcarona this is, because I'm gonna go harder Shifu here. He actually Fiery Danced first. Got a sucker here. I don't care if he goes to Hippodon. Goes to Shifu. I don't mind that too much. But what I wasn't about to have is him going for Quiver Dance, or I mean going for Fiery Dance, because I'm not sure if it's an offensive variant, and so yeah, I can't have him getting up rocks. Though if I Calm Mind, no, he's not getting up rocks this entire game. I'm about to pressure stall these stealth rocks. Awesome. Sawsome. I'll just Ice Beam hard. No need to predict. I'll Ice Beam his Volk to find out what kind of Volcarona it is. If it's faster than me, then I know it's Speedy Volk. If it's not, okay, that means it's probably a offensive Volk. I get a crit there, which is big. If it's an offensive Volk, I could have killed it. I could have beat it. But if it's not an offensive Volk, then it mattered. Urshifu Sucker Punch is obviously very good here. Driller's Sash is going to be critical. I don't need this anymore. Okay, so he Bug Buzzes means he's offensive Volk. which means I get to go to Driller here and KO this. Whew. I'm not enjoying this team though. Like, I enjoy the art of playing. Grab the book in the description, you know, because your boy has been just getting hammered with this metagame. But it's not the metagame's fault. I just need to up my knowledge. Generally, if you know, just like anything. Actually, I have a big shout out to give. I completely forgot to do this at the beginning. Guys, there is an Academy Premier League going on. Sorry guys. Alright, so the Shifu the Destroyer comes in. Oh god. That is not bueno. What do I do here? Clef takes a hit. Max. So this is the equivalent of a banded jab. He doesn't have it though. Yeah. But yeah, obviously, banded plasma actually doesn't knock us out 1%. But your Shifu had sucker punch anyway. Good game. Guys, shout outs to Spooky Z. This dude is a 13-year-old prodigy. He hopped on the Academy Discord 2 days ago. 2 days ago. I wish I could show you the message because I don't want to go all the way back up. But he was like, you know, my goal is to just get to 1100, right? This man hopped in, picked a team, didn't give a damn about losing, and he's already 1500 after just starting. The Academy provides, ladies and gentlemen. Also, as I actually, let's finish it out with the team. Screw it. But also, unless the next one is a superstar team, then I'll go back to the figure out team. Also, guys, there is an SPL going on. The Academy Premier League is now here. So many people have signed up, guys. Hit the link in the description down below. Go to the Discord, get your signups on. Biggest tournament, biggest Academy tournament, ladies and gentlemen. But that guy is just a monster. Like, he's just like, yo, teach me. And it's that learnable attitude when you're young. Like, he'll be a beast because he doesn't have an ego about things. He's just like, oh, that's what I need to do? Oh, cool, thanks. Oh, I'm going to implement that. Oh, he's not concerned about, oh, what does this mean about me? And which is the biggest roadblock when you're older. You know, you have a lot of resistance built up. Very similar situation as far as Ice Beam's concerned. Obviously with Scizor it's a little less so, but I'm like 6-0 by Scizor. I can't allow his Scizor to go and do as it pleases. Something I'm gonna have to just realize, like, Scizor can't just do whatever it wants. Interesting. He struggles beating Toxapex, and that's gonna be a big upside. In fact, I just start Toxapex and shut him down. I highly doubt Rotom would be his lead of choice. And so what I'm looking to do is either late game sweep with Clef if Scizor dies, Pex Wall until I can get the positioning I want with Kyurem, and then your Shifu smack his team away depending on what his Clefable set is. Corviknight is just there for the potential Bances and Dragapult. Corviknight is almost impossible to kill as well, and if I can get rid of Mandibuzz, Exegil is pretty problematic as well. But as I said, the likelihood of him aiming to start this game off with the, let me see, how important is this burn? Not as important as him losing his item, as he opts for the cleft for the clef. Leftovers. This must be knockoff. Perhaps yeah, knockoff. So we're still out our knockoffs there. Interesting. Curious as to what this Clef has in store for me. He could double knock. No, he doesn't though. Okay, so now I know what his initial switch is. So this is his defogger. Oh, I mean his stealth rocker, which is good information. I really struggle with this Pokemon. I don't think I'll be able to win. Rotom is, if this is plot, I don't think I'll be able to prevail in like a standard, you know, let's just play by the punches kind of game. Like I think I'll have to really hammer him. And unfortunately, in order to do that, I think I may have to. Alpex first. Positionally is just a little better as he actually opts for the overheat. Gets the because I mean me going to Driller on him there would have been pretty rough. But I'm just gonna Scald here. I figured he'd excellent. So that bit of damage that I have on him right there means that he's now to killed by a Clef, and so I'm gonna start going the assault. He'd not, because Corviknight's been my initial play. And so he's trying to keep my he's trying to keep my what am I trying to say? He's trying to keep my Kyurem at bay. Which means he's gonna opt for the body slam here on the off chance I want a rapid spin or body press, you know what I'm trying to say. Which makes me think then, because I can't have his Clef just coming in willy-nilly. Body press, I know what I'll do. Right. So I'm going to punish that Scizor heavily, because I know Clef is going to come in, and I'm punishing that Scizor so that, yeah, or Rotom Heat, whichever one he chooses to go for. And so the Rotom Heat has a choice here. He has to go for either Nasty Plot Overheat, if that's what he's packing, or he could go for the so I'm gonna go with Shifu here. Crazy, I know. Oh my god, who overheats there? Tough. I know Mandibuzz is coming. I gotta outplay him now because he got a pretty big hit off. So he's overheat Rotom. So I'm wondering if he's Nasty Plot or he just went to Rotom as a mid ground, expecting me to go Drill, and he's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna try to get the value if I can." Which makes sense. And so here, obviously, either Polt or Clef. He could stay into Roost too, but Polt just makes the most sense. This keeps the Mandibuzz at bay. That way I can always go for Wicked Blow, and it forces Rotom Heat back in. He seems to be concerned about my my Rotom Heat. I mean my Clefable. And so I get the Spadef drop, which is a pretty big deal. Don't want Clef healing, but okay, so he's discharged. Okay, so he might be Nasty Plot. He could be some kind of, I doubt he's defog, but I've seen overheat. Generally they're Voltage. I do think he's Nasty Plot. Which means now he's gonna attempt to get rid of the hazards. With Clefable. Clef isn't my biggest concern though. If I double out into my Excadrill here, I get to fire off an Earthquake. Doesn't really serve me. It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. So I know Clef is coming. And basically what I'm putting him in the spot is like, you either give me this Clef, though it's not the best trade for me. I'm going to get rid of the rocks. And so if Clef's gone, I can get rid of rocks and then Kyurem can come in more freely. Right. Unfortunately, he gets the freeze, which means the Scizor can come in. which is what I've been trying to avoid. The Scizor goes to a roost, but the Clef can no longer come in, so this allows for me to scald. I'm probably going to be scalding Mandibuzz. Oh, actually, Ferrothorn comes in. So it's Roost Scizor, which means I can't afford to lose my Pex's helmet. Can't afford to lose Pex as a whole. And my two heavy hitters versus the Rotom are starting to get bodied. Rocks are no longer very important for me. I'd assume Leech Seed. Man, I wish I was max speed here. Ah, he got away. So if I go Rotom here, I get it. If I go Driller is a problem now. Or if I can Calm Mind, if I Calm Mind twice. So he outs to the Rotom Heat now. So he does have Nasty Plot. Okay. I just needed to know. And so that means I kill Amon now with Urshifu. I'd assume Pain Split is his other move. So Urshifu guarantees that KO, so it's better and it takes a little less from. Because I could have went Drill, but it doesn't guarantee me a kill, whereas Urshifu does. He could be wise and go to Ferrothorn, because that would put me in Rocky Helmet range, obviously. As he does. And so the way it's looking soon, Pex and Drill and Corviknight is going to be able to win the game. Unless that Rotom is Pain Split. And if that's the case, you know, so be it. I don't want this getting any health back because he spikes. Gonna Moonblast for the KO here. Rotom makes sense, but as I said, he's starting to get whittled. It must be Pain Split, certainly. Okay, yeah. So Ferrothorn dies to Rocks. So you know, the spikes, the switch here is super obvious. So I'm just gonna go for Iron Head. It's probably Boots Polt. No, it's leftover is Dragapult. Dragapult doesn't die. Mandibuzz. We're staring at Mandibuzz versus. He'd never go to X. He would never sec. This is a tough one. He'd never go Mandibuzz. That just doesn't make sense. I'm expecting Dragapult, because hardening to Ferrothorn as I rapid spin, it was like a really big risk for him. Thing is, I can rapid spin now too. So he makes a decision. Is like, okay, I'm gonna I'll give you the hazards to heal my Mandibuzz. To me, Mandibuzz isn't that important. You know, I have a Clef. And so this allows for him to defog here. But now my Toxapex is a really, really big issue for him. But it does mean he has something that can take on my Driller a little better. So it's a question of, does he have U-turn here? Doesn't seem to have it. He'd never allow this to die because he can't afford to. Yeah, the Mandibuzz play makes sense. You roost here. Right. Clef comes in. And so now I'm gonna start hammering away at the Mandibuzz. I think my biggest thing is the Rotom, right? I can't have the Rotom defogging. I mean the Rotom. He could opt for the Pain Split here. Clef. The Clef is irrelevant because he loses to. I was trying to avoid one of these type of games, man. I should have just changed the team. I should have just changed the team. I should have just changed the team, guys. Goes for knockoff, which helps me because, you know. Well, upside I can keep forcing the Mandibuzz to roost. I can keep forcing the Mandibuzz to roost and condition the Mandibuzz because if we get this low enough, oh, he actually foul played. Now this makes it a little more interesting because now you gotta play very, very wisely around my very, very wisely around my pecs. Like, for example, right here, if he gets Iron Head flinch, he's fucked. But I'm not gonna risk the flinch because I need Drill more than he needs Mandibuzz. So all he needs to do now is just break out of the Mandibuzz. I need to just break out of the. But if I flinch him, then he's fucked. Nah. Yeah, that was the smarter play actually for him to do. Problem is, if I go Drill on this Rotom, he's screwed. He loses a Mon. Not necessarily, but he'd never overheat. So this seems to be just Hex pulled, which means I'm staring down. Thunderwave, huh? Well, that's annoying. Ah, yes. Please, KO. Oh, I needed that. I needed that KO, baby. Yeah, it doesn't do enough. He doesn't get enough back, is what I'm saying. Wow, all that mileage for nothing. Now he goes to Scizor. He actually pain splitted. I did not expect him to pain split there. Should overheat here. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And so you'd anticipate Scizor here because now you can't But now you can't even double switch around. He can here. He could. Okay. Moonblast, they're expecting my clef or my Excadrill to come in. Excadrill coming in is a big deal for him. Super susceptible to 0% chance he goes to Rotom though. I know what I'll do. He actually went hard Pult. I'm surprised by that. Which means he's trying to get the Rotom in. Oh, these arduously long games. Like, tough stuff, tough stuff. So obviously T-waving. Please fucking Corviknight breakthrough. Thank you. And so now we're staring down Rotom Heat. He's gonna Pain Split. If he loses the Rotom here, so I go to Mandibuzz. If I get the Pain Split off here, if I go to drill any Pain Splits, what's the Pain Splits? He gets a ton of health back, and he gets to just discharge away. It's too big a risk for him. I'm gonna go drill. Yeah, got him. All right. So now I can actually spit. There's that hideous Scizor that nobody likes. So this beast is probably SD knock. Bullet punches. Kudos to him for the punch of the bullet. Now if I pull a double hair, he's in a very bad spot. I know the Mandibuzz is coming, but there's just no. It's just that. Like, I mean, what else can be said? I'm gonna Scald here because I do think he may pivot to Rotom. Okay, now he won't. Pivots to Clef. Now there's a 0% chance that he goes to Rotom here. 0% chance he goes to Rotom ever, but the Clef is getting whittled. He's Moonblasting at me. I'm Moonblasting at him. Right. I think he's just consistently faster than me. I don't think there's a speed tie or anything like that. I think he's just straight up faster. Which means if he plays this game too long, he loses a mon. Please hit, please hit. Thank you. Didn't get the power. On Fort. 45% is good damage though. I'll be back. Why is this the game, man? I probably shouldn't have given up my two hard hitters, to be fair. I should have been more patient. I just knew the game could get like this, and I wasn't trying to play a 150 million turn game, you know. And so I'm gonna have to start switch stalling with Corviknight. And that's just that, like, really. There's the Clefable. Here comes the Corviknight. Here comes the Defog. As he goes to 0% chance he goes to Rotom though. It's too big of a risk for too little of a reward. So he's getting impatient. He's like, I've had enough. That or he's trying to PP style. And so here we're just gonna be chilling for a little bit. No choice. Oh, he actually risked the Rotom Heat. That was a horrible play on his end. But he's just gonna overheat here. I mean, he could no. This charge doesn't make sense. Pain Split doesn't make sense either, especially if I'm gonna sack this. But I knew this was gonna be an uphill one. I knew this was gonna be uphill. Mm-hmm. 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 And there's the Scizor. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Do I see him again here? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cliff. Amanda Buzz. Didn't think he'd go Scizor there. Sorry, completely forgot I was in a live right now. Yeah, so that's just a loss. I'm sorry, I was looking at my phone. Nah, but it was a good game. It was a good game. I just did not want it to be a damn 300 turn long stall fest. But I have only myself to blame. I knew what I was getting into. And I'm sure there were ways I could have been more patient with that and just won with Kyurem plus Urshifu rather than trying to finish the game quickly. But I do understand also that I'm recording and certain things just aren't the most entertaining for the viewer. But that's where we're going to leave it for today. Thank you for watching. Good game to both opponents. And yeah, I'll have to figure something else I have to figure something out. You know, I asked you guys for the teams, but they're either just honestly the same teams if you look at them. Except for this one. This one's pretty cool, but it's garbage. It's just the same team repeatedly, or it's something interesting, but it loses to everything, or I can't muscle past a Tangrowth plus a Toxapex. And so I keep asking you guys for teams, but I mean, it's not y'all's fault. The metagame's the metagame, you know. Yeah, we'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. I'll figure it out, and we'll see you guys in the next one as we head to the top. Peace.